going on, everyone? Tayler Kyles here from CLNS Media alongside Brian Hines at the Patriots' second and final mandatory minicamp practice, where the offense was a bit streakier than what we've seen from Drake Maye and company in recent days. Now, we've been kind of hyping these guys up because Drake Maye has been efficient, he's making good decisions, and mostly he's been very accurate. Today, though, not only was Drake Maye a little bit streakier with his accuracy, it also seemed like he was holding on to the ball and getting pressured very quickly. So I'm curious, Brian, what were your main takeaways from a day that wasn't quite as exciting as the first mandatory minicamp and the last day of OTAs that we were at?
Especially when they dropped into the red area, which they were very good yesterday. A little bit more inconsistency there today. A lot of incompletions. Pass broke up by the defense a couple times. But the pressure, to me, was the big thing because they handled it better yesterday. But today there was, again, some pretty constant pressure off the edge. Keon White, Caleb Chason got home a couple times. And then even in the middle, one time Keon White was standing up in the middle. He got home against Garrett Bradbury. So that was the big thing to me, just two kind of straight days of pressure. And I know it's this passing camp. There's no pads. Each side has their advantages and disadvantages. But 2 straight days of pressure was one big thing. Especially with today, you saw it affect the offense a little bit more.
Yeah, you had some flashes, like Hunter Henry had a one-handed grab that was pretty impressive. Demario Douglas beat Carlton Davis on a crossing route, but the highlights were very few and far between. Now, before we get into the defense, a quick word from our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is offering a free square that launches on Wednesday. It'll be for Jalen Williams from OKC to score 1 point to cash that pick. Use code CLNS at Prize Picks for $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Part of the reason the offense's highlights were so few and far between was because the defense was locked on in coverage, pass rush was consistently getting after all 3 of the quarterbacks, and it didn't really give a whole lot of room for the offense to work. So what did you notice from this defense that was highlighted by a one-handed Christian Gonzalez interception on a goal ball to Kyle Williams? The exact thing that Drake Maye said, I'm going to challenge Gonzo, but I also want to make smart throws, and from my perspective, I didn't think that was a great one.
Stayed true to his word, and Gonzo made him pay for it. First interception we've seen from Drake since that 4 interception practice to kick off the spring. So he's going to test him. Iron sharpens iron, you hope, but Gonzo got the best of it today. Kind of not a great ball to Kyle Williams down the right sideline. Great play. Christian Gonzalez, impressed man there, had him the whole way. But something kind of under the radar. You know, we talked about the pressure, then Gonzo had kind of the highlight day. The backup linebacker play today, those guys were around the ball a lot. Jack Gibbons, Cam Riley, and, Jelani Tavai's not out here. Marte Mapu is limited, even though he's working as linebacker. So there could be a spot there potentially, and those guys are around the ball a lot today. Robert Spillane in his usual spot, very loud, very local. He's going to call this defense. But those backup secondary guys made some plays around the football today a lot.
Very competitive group. Another guy who's at that second level, a bit further outside, Marcus Jones, I thought had another really impressive play where Kyle Williams was targeted on a corner route in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown. We were about to kind of get excited about the rookie making a play, but Marcus Jones, kind of in that John Jones-esque fashion, was able to dislodge it for an incompletion to prevent a touchdown. So that's it from our recap of today, but we will be recapping the entire spring practice session from the Patriots offseason program for a Patriots Beat Pat's Daily crossover tonight. So make sure to check that out at 7 o'clock p.m. And for all your other news and updates, make sure to keep it locked on at Patriots Press Pass and CLNSmedia.com.